Welcome to Sweet Tea Talks, my first ever podcast, which will be really centered around Jesus, what Jesus has done in my life, and what Jesus can do in yours. This episode is called Reigniting Your Spiritual Fire, the Dangers of Lukewarmness. You might ask what's wrong with being a lukewarm Christian, or what is being a lukewarm Christian? Or you might even be asking yourself, why should we be talking about being a lukewarm Christian since it can be perceived to be so divisive in the Christian faith? The faucet of Laodicea. Laodicea means justice of the people, and it was an ancient city located on the Lycus River, Valley in Phrygia, if I'm saying that correctly, in modern day Turkey. It was a prosperous city, um, known for its wealth because it was such a trade city and right on the river, and its love of pleasure. Um, Very similar to Sodom and Gomorrah, um, perceived as sinful um, because they were focused on wealth and pleasure. Um, the city did not have its own water supply, so it had to be routed in from Hermopolis. Um, it did not have cold waters from the mountains or the healing waters of the springs. So by the time it got to the city, it was lukewarm, which is where that name comes from. The Apostle John delivered a message from Jesus, um, spoke through him to the church in Laodicea, because it was the final of the churches addressed in the book of Revelation, who debunked the church for being lukewarm. The reason John was speaking, or Jesus was speaking through John, was in the book of Revelation. John was in exile on the island of Patmos in Greece when he received the revelation from Jesus to be delivered to the seven churches, and Laodicea was the final one. Jesus, who identified himself as the Amen, the faithful and true witness. He wanted John to deliver this message to the church due to the church becoming self-sufficient and proud of its wealth and believing it needed nothing but was spiritually poor and blind. The message is a rebuke for being spiritually apathetic and having a self-sufficient attitude with the city's wealth and being lukewarm in their devotion to Jesus.